The next game, we return to the Masters tournament. The Masters Cup semi-finals. And the first semi-final is between the Citi All-Stars and the Yaoyi League Masters. And your teams for the Citi All-Stars: in 9, Jamie Currington; 22, Wayne Thomas; 1, Alan Pettis; 5, Marvin Andrews; 8, Luis Boamorte; 2, Michael Gray; and 6, Darren Byfield. And for the Yaoyi League Masters: in 1, Adam Bilby; 11, Daniel Turner; 18, Stefano Bulgarelli; 10,
And so coming up this afternoon, or sorry, later, we are in the afternoon now, we have the semi-finals of the Masters competition. That is the Citi All-Stars versus the Yaoyi Masters. That's the first semi-final, and then Wallsend Boys Club versus the Hong Kong Football Club Masters is the second. And then we go into the plate final, which is Discovery Bay versus playonPROS. Now, playonPROS are a team from the UK representing a lot of ex-professionals, and they have an organisation bringing together to support ex-professionals who have come out of football but don't necessarily have any future plans, don't have anything to focus their time on. So, looking at the group stages from yesterday, the Citi All-Stars, who are the current holders of the Masters, came first with 9 points, and then the Football Club Masters were second and Discovery Bay third. SSC Tigers and USRC were eliminated yesterday and don't play today. And Group B, Wallsend Boys Club, they topped that with 10 points, followed by the Yaoyi League Masters with 7, displacing the playonPROS from the cup competition and pushing them down into the plate. KCC Veterans and Hong Kong Football Club Chairman Select were both eliminated yesterday and played no part today. So this is the cup competition: Citi All-Stars versus Yaoyi League Masters and Wallsend Boys Club versus the Hong Kong Veterans. The Citi All-Stars will be coming up next against the Yaoyi League Masters, and this is the first cup semi-final for the Masters.
They are the Citi All-Stars and the Yaoyi League Masters. And this
Citi All-Stars are the defending champions. Marvin Andrews has been here many years. Luis Boamorte, he was here last year, part of the winning team. And Boamorte again is on the score sheet this year. Yaoyi League Masters played above themselves yesterday, finished second in their group. Gorka Garcias Tapia, Spanish player, he's been here before. Adam Bilby in goal will be tested this afternoon, we're quite sure of that. In the Masters tournament, there are 4 substitutes rather than 3 in the main competition. Lauren, a name many people will recognise there, former Arsenal player. The Citi All-Stars playing in blue, and the Yaoyi Masters playing in green. 7 minutes each half in this Masters competition. Referee checking with the goalkeepers. And Yaoyi get us underway. Convincing day yesterday, Neil, for the Citi All-Stars.
Well, they needed to. They got beat on Friday night off Hong Kong Football Club Masters. It was a real wake-up call for them. But then they came out yesterday morning. They absolutely thumped Singapore Cricket Club 6-0, and that set them on their way. But Yaoyi will be positive, but they can't go toe-to-toe. They did it with Wallsend Boys Club yesterday, and it didn't work for them. They got a good goalkeeper in Adam Bilby, so let's see how it goes.
Attacking down the left-hand side. Bit of a tangle. The referee sided with Yaoyi. Yao Yi Masters, made up of players from the Yao Yi League, 48 teams, 4 divisions, and without doubt the highest quality of amateur football in Hong Kong. Kurtani, he's the captain, plays for French Kiss. Oh, caught out. Bilby's in trouble here. Referee shaking his... Sorry, the referee is shaking his head. He's not allowing the goal. There was a foul. Boa Morte, adjudged to have pulled back Bilby.
Sharp though, wasn't he?
He was.
Just jumped in, put the foot. Bilby had about 5 yards on him. Oh, he's very lucky to get away with that. Very lucky. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I would say.
That looked a little harsh. There probably was some contact, but I don't say he really impeded him.
No.
But all square still. Kurtani. Too slow. Well, the warning was there with the goalkeeper, but the outfield players don't seem to be taking note. Citi are pressing. Ricky Gray. Boa Morte, he loses out. Tani. Tilly. It's a return from Bulgarelli. Some movement up front, but seem to be able to make any real penetration. The Citi All-Stars are pressing.
Try and move the ball, Yao Yi select. It's very, very hot, Peter. It's lunchtime heat now. You know, the Yao Yi boys are based in Hong Kong. They're used to the heat to a certain extent, and that's their only chance here. They've got to try and burn the others out. But they need to get the ball first, of course.
Jamie Curtin trying to get the ball across. Curtin prolific yesterday, 6 goals in the tournament, Friday and yesterday, 6 goals in total. Boa Morte gets the byline. Defender gets a foot in and gives the corner away. He wants a few yards back for the defender. Tani and Tilly. Between them stop the short corner. Ball headed away. Boa Morte, seen a lot of the ball so far. Gray. Goes outside the defender, ball across. Comes back off the post and out for a goal kick. Will we make sure he didn't touch that? Former Sunderland fullback, Mickey Gray. Still heavily involved in the median side of football.
Got one England cap, I think, as well.
That, I believe, is his claim to fame. It's one England cap. But had a very, very successful and long Premiership career, did Michael Gray. 3 points the way of Yao Yi League Masters. They get the ball back into play. Tilly. Game has slowed somewhat after the activity of the first few minutes. Broken up at the back. Andrews slips. Opportunity. Great save for the goalkeeper. That was Marvin Andrews getting back up from his original slip. Chris Ransford testing Alan Fettis. Best chance of the game so far for the Yao Yi League Masters, but back come Citi. Burton turning inside. Thomas. It's Darren Byfield, former Gillingham player. Tries to go around the outside, has to come back in again. Can't beat the defender. Turner. Oh, Morte gets the byline. Has to pull it back. Finds Curtin, can't get enough on that. Defender just did enough. Curtin had no power on the shot. Yao Yi survive. Ball over the top. Fetis will collect. Stays within the 18-yard box. Boa Morte. Got a defender to run at. Got Byfield overlapping. Comes inside. Shapes around the defender, but can only find the side netting and the billboards at the back. Back in the cutting edge.
Yeah, the defender showed him the line, which narrowed the angle. Both teams have had one chance each. I would say that Yao Yi's was the clearer chance, and they may well rue it later on because they won't get many.
And that is half-time. Citi All-Stars 0, Yao Yi League Masters 0.
There is the final word, sorry, the whistle of the half-time. 0-0 Citi All-Stars versus Yao Yi League Masters. An even game, but the Yao Yi had the best chance by far. Short break. And here we see the slip by Marvin Andrews. Just giving the opportunity for Garcia Tapia. Squared the ball. Chris Ransford just couldn't get the first or second shot off quickly enough to beat the final defender. Marvin Andrews doing some great work to get up and make amends for his earlier slip.
Just come on a substitute. Martin Rigby must be injured because it's very rare that you would make a change at that point in the game. Maybe just not quite as sharp as he would have liked to have been.
Cold towels are out. Citi will be considering what changes to make. David Thompson on the bench. Frank Sinclair, Dion Burton and Laurent. It's a fairly substantial bench, players to call on. A hell of a lot of experience. I mean, David Thompson, he was here last year and candidate for player of the tournament.
He scored a great goal, didn't he? Chipped the goalkeeper from about the halfway line. Incredible goal. Real end-to-end final with USRC. But Thompson,
in your picture there, casually leaning against the billboards.
Surprised he hasn't started. Maybe carrying an injury. Peter?
Certainly started yesterday most of the games. Jamie Curtin waits to restart the game. Second half commences. All square, 0-0 after the first 7 minutes. Citi All-Stars against the Yao Yi League Masters. This for a place in the Masters final. Citi are the current holders. Thomas. Thomas gets the ball back. Crowded out. Shot is blocked, but still retention. Ball retention. Curtin. Can he beat the goalkeeper? He hits the post. Maybe we get a second chance. Squared for Byfield. Jamie Curtin really is the difference.
Number 6, Darren Byfield.
Only on this trip due to an injury to another player, but he's made an enormous difference for this team.
He's still playing. He's got that quality, he's got that sharpness. Eye for goal, very unlucky there. It was just the way he just dropped his shoulder, pulled it back, as opposed to snatching at the ball. Won't get an easier chance than that all day, Byfield.
Well, Curtin deserves the plaudits. not only for creating the original chance coming back off the post, but having the cool composure just to knock the ball back for Byfield, and he won't have an easier finish than that today. 1-0 City All-Stars. Masters, the E-League Masters, need to maintain possession, but giving it away like that. It's Frank Sinclair who's joined, and Curtin is now threatening a second. So that time chooses to pass to Byfield with the return. Curtin's movement so threatening. Defender just managed to get a foot in. Mickey Gray kills the ball. Frank Sinclair, a Chelsea player. Curtin. Morte flick through for Curtin. Defender in the way. Tilly then gives the ball away. Curtin to Morte. Little triangle around the goalkeeper. And Curtin records the second goal for City, and he's 7th of the weekend.
A bit of quality. Pinch the ball, nice little stretch. Oh, that's just fantastic. No thought of even trying to stab that past the goalkeeper. Oh, fantastic goal. Curtin deserved that for the assist that he had earlier with Byfield, Peter.
Well, there seems to be a very strong bond between these players. Great understanding that they've developed as the weekend has gone on. Morte, former Portuguese international, played at the very highest level. Some seasons with Arsenal, some seasons with Fulham, both in the Premier League. Still a quality player and heavily involved in everything that City do.
Fair play to the Yaoi League, they're still trying to press them, push them. Of course, that becomes dangerous when you get caught on the break.
Dion Burton just drawing a foul from Mark Tupper. Just joined the game, but is now immediately on a yellow.
Oh. Oh.
Another part of the pitch that would have been a red. Sinclair, Morte, acres of space. Curtin, of course, is square for him. Morte takes the byline. Curtin couldn't keep that down. Just waiting for the ball back from Morte. Keeper intervening, just did enough to put off Curtin. Great anticipation by Sinclair. Curtin, Morte one side. Finds a defender instead. Rare mistake. Laurent is on the pitch. Gets a shove in the back. Harry Brown has come on, as has Turner. Shot from distance. Warren Tilley finding himself a long way up the pitch. Keep that down. Ball out from Fettis, doesn't find a blue shirt. Turner. Wide on the right, he's got Brown. Both down by the defence. King, second half substitute. It's the return. Up square. And a turn and shot from Tupper. Tilly. Most of his time at the back is Warren Tilly, but when goals are needed, players are being committed forward. Plenty of players behind the ball though for City. Tilly. And David Thompson has indeed come on into the last minute. Bilby pumps the ball forward. Free kick City. Mark Tupper gives away a second free kick. Lettuce will go long again. Easy for the defence. Thompson to Curtin. Actually taken. Boba Morte waited for the ball and allowed the defender to get in. Tupper. Brown on the overlap. Tilly stayed up. Nice turn from Brown. Takes him away from goal. And that is the final whistle from the referee. Comfortable 2-0 win for City All-Stars. Takes them into the final of the Masters competition at the HKFC City Soccer Sevens. So a 2-0 win. Jamie Curtin, integral in both goals, scored one himself and made a second for Darren Byfield. And the next game, Wallsend Boys Club versus the Hong Kong Football Club Masters. This is the second semi-final of the Masters competition for a place against the City All-Stars. So the Wallsend Boys Club, Fabio Alcantara, still playing at a high level of football. Goals yesterday, helping the team to the top of the league to get them into this semi-final. And the Hong Kong HKFC Masters has finished second in their group. Jan Solomon, man to look out for, plenty of legs, box-to-box midfielder. Masters down to 3 substitutes, Anto Grabo, Gavin McDermott and Jamie Milne. Wallsend Boys Club have got Paul Ifield to call on. We saw a lot of him yesterday, coming off from the bench. Ifield, former Millwall player. The football club are playing in their all-white strip. And the Wallsend Boys Club playing in all yellow. Rudy Hollander has played here for Ajax as well as Wallsend. Tidied up by Wallsend. Got possession back. All the way back to Hollander. Alcantara playing very deep, but he will roam. Still playing at a high level. Career with Yun Long. Danny McBreen couldn't keep that in. Graham Lane will take the throw. Fuad. Can't get the ball legally. And muscles Cadero off the ball. Cristiano Cadero himself, a very long career in Hong Kong football. Represented the national team. Powerful centre half. Patrick Swazinsk. Cantara. Ball across, dealt with by Spanos. Cadero. Cantara brings in Man. Taken away by Fuad. Forced to turn back. De Silva. And here is Suleiman.
Discovery Bay team sheet, please. Discovery Bay team
closed down by Man. Keeps possession, comes back inside. Does have some support. Spanos. And there is an overlap. Kramer. Trying to shoot from distance. Ball goes dead. Somewhat fortunate for Football Club. Martin Rayner committed himself forward. Left a bit of a gap at the back. Spanos takes no chances. Puts the ball out. McBreen. Little sloppy from Alcantara, but manages to win the throw in. Silva. Man's first touch let him down. Alcantara. Let's go up McBreen. Sides for goal. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. McBreen left-footed.
And there's a goal for Wallsend Boys Club, scored by number 11, Daniel McBreen.
Just plenty of space created by that ball through. Hit with power. Goalkeeper was probably expecting it to go across his body, but McBreen sends him the wrong way. Couldn't react quickly enough, Blake Harding. Wallsend through McBreen are 1-0 up. 4 minutes gone in the first half. Colin Spanos still playing in the first division of the Yao Yi League for Football Club Albion. Bit of concern there. Over to Silva. Payne right next to the touchline. May take him off the pitch so play can restart, but clearly some discomfort there. Coming together of two players. Well, certainly nothing nasty in that. Don't think either player was at fault. Hopefully nothing too serious for Angelo da Silva, although he will be replaced. Let's hope that's just a knock. Game has recommenced. Harding. Club must chase the game now. Rayner. Harding again. Spanos. Can run at the defence. Cross to Rayner. Harding almost in the final third of the pitch. Everybody back for Wallsend. McBreen. There is an overlap. That's the ball through to Alcantara. Got some support. McBreen coming up, but having to check back. Paul Ifill is the replacement, coming on earlier than he has done in the previous games due to the injury to Da Silva. Suleiman. A little bit of space to run into. Fuad. Ifill closing down. Corner. Ifill doing the necessary work of the defender. Fuad. Spanos. Blake Harding. Get past the first player. Ball knocked in. McGuinness. Well, it was spectacular, and it forces the corner. Holland had taken no chances. A volley from distance. Corner Football Club. Referee blows the final whistle of the first half, I should say.
Hong Kong Football Club Masters 0.
So 1-0 to the Wallsend Boys Club. Just a single goal separating them from the HKFC Masters in this second semi-final. So there is McBreen, who was the goal scorer, the difference between the two teams. Some confidence there, I think, in the Wallsend club that they can see this through. It's Tony Seeley giving instructions to the team. Former professional player, Tony Seeley. Both teams coming back out now for the second half. Something creative required from Football Club. Created too many chances. Rudy Hollander had to deal with a volley from Stuart McGuinness that caused him some concern. Probably wasn't hitting the target, but he took no chances, pushed it out for a corner. And the game is back underway. Reina. Spanos. Fuad sees a lot of the ball. Fuad tries to let fly from just outside the area with a packed penalty area in front of him. Couldn't find the target. Man. Hollander. There's Tony Seeley. Formerly with Fulham many years ago. General manager now here at the football club. Son is playing at a high level in China. Man. It's found Ifield. Oh, that is a well-taken goal.
And another goal for
Paul
Wellington.
Ifield. First half substitute, so it's the second goal for Wallsend. Gave the keeper no chance. Opened his body nicely, took the ball first time.
16, Paul Ifield.
And into the far corner. So makes his mark in this semi-final. Paul Ifield with the second goal. And then tidying up at the back. Sevens is a game where positionally a lot of players can cover a lot of ground. Fuad. First touch lets him down. Alcantara. Breen. They're juggling. Danny McBreen spent some time at South China, so familiar with the conditions in Hong Kong. And Chun-Tan. Cadero. Man. Elects to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Cadero. Looking for the ball. Hollers is being closed down. Graham Lang. Trying to put some pressure on. Really being too effective for the football club. Spanos gives away a free kick. Ifield will be in no hurry to take it. Halfway through the second half. Wallsend, after winning their group yesterday, comfortably 2-0 ahead in the semi-final. McBreen It's got away from the defender. McGuinness coming across and making sure the cutback was cut out. Green scored plenty of goals last year as well, representing Wallsend. Stronger and stronger as they've attended this tournament more and more often. Now how important it is to have a squad with legs and the ability to deal with these conditions. He gives the ball to Football Club. Must have taken a deflection off a player in yellow. Back to Harding. Some urgency now required. Rona wants it and gets it. Harding's coming up too. Time is running out. Some extra pressure will need to be applied and a goal scored quickly. If Hong Kong Football Club are going to get anything out of this. Fuad, left-hand side. Ball in. Ah, there was the chance. Spanos. Clear header, straight at the goalkeeper. Hollander equal to it. Good reaction save. Parrying the ball out. Best chance of the day so far for Football Club. Spanos stayed up. Reina. Blake Harding, the goalkeeper. Fuad on the other side of the pitch. Flicked in. Shot on the turn for McGuinness. Not troubling the goalkeeper. Stuart McGuinness, former Hong Kong Football Club first team player. Currently playing in the Lucky Mile squad. Breen trying to deal with the bouncing ball. Milne takes care of it for Football Club. Comes away. He's got Rayner in support. Milne goes again. Can't get past the defender. Breen out to Eiffel. Two goal scorers combining. Eiffel goes for the spectacular shot to the far corner. Breen not too happy with that. Quickly taken, but given away. Alcantara. One defender to beat, now two. Eiffel on the overlap. Off the woodwork. Well struck, but just couldn't direct it. As Harding gives the ball away. Little ball through between the two defenders again. Similar position to the one that Eiffel scored the goal. On his left foot that time. Cannoning back off the woodwork. And that was indeed the last action of the game. And Wallsend will progress to the final of the Masters, where they will take on the Citi All-Stars. So goodbye to the Hong Kong Football Club Masters. Acquitted themselves well, but losing 2-0 to the Wallsend Boys Club. Paul Eiffel there with the second goal that divided the two teams.
Masters plate final between Discovery Bay and the playonPROS. And your teams for Discovery Bay in one, Gianluca Temperini.
So this is the plate final of the Masters tournament. And this is Discovery Bay versus the playonPROS. These both finishing third in their group yesterday.
4, Emil Heskey, 7, Phil Babb, 8, Kevin Gallen, 10, Lee.
So Discovery Bay's first 7. Moses Mensah, one to look out for. And Gianluca Temperini in goal. playonPROS. Mikel Silvestre starting today after being on the bench most of yesterday. Emil Heskey has found the net this weekend, as has Kevin Gallen. Both teams with 4 substitutes. Dejan Antovic, one to watch out for. Des Walker, rolling back the years now in his mid-50s. Two teams now walking out. And they are forming a circle, as there will be a minute's silence.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please.
That's the playonPROS there.
I have an important announcement to make, if I could have your attention, please.
Blue shirts.
The playonPROS
having their photographs taken
at the Hong Kong Sevens this year. They are a team
and there will be
based in Manchester.
A minute's
and
silence
working for the welfare
for the
of former pro sportsmen.
families and people affected by the problems in Manchester last week, and they have requested that the minute's silence be observed in respect of those that have been affected by the events. playonPROS are based in Manchester and wish to show their respect. So there will be a minute's silence that the referee will administer.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
A perfectly observed minute's silence. And the referee will now introduce himself to the captain of Discovery Bay, Daniel Cortez. Played here 3 or 4 times before. Zemo Heskey, number 4 for the playonPROS. Focus of their play. So the first final of the day. This is the plate competition for the Masters. These two teams finishing 3rd in their groups yesterday. playonPROS, Neil Jensen, possibly a little bit disappointed not to be in the cup competition.
Yeah, the sticky Friday night. Lost then. And it's hard for some of the guys, you know. I mean, Des Walker, great player, but in this heat, at his age, Colin Hendry is a fantastic effort. But this competition takes a lot of energy as well as quality.
Discovery Bay have been playing here for many years. One of their players are used to this tournament, used to the conditions.
And they're fit, you know. They'll be fit. So they've brought in a bit of quality with the likes of Cortez. But Playon will want to win this. They really will. Henry's a good player. He's got a lot of energy. The ball's got to go through him. Interesting that Heskey's dropped a little bit deeper today. He was playing up top previously, but he wasn't seeing a lot of the ball. He's in a midfield role at the moment.
Michael Hughes, an Irish international. In his day, Phil Babb represented the other part of Ireland. Lee Hendry, on association with Aston Villa, Lee Hendry. Still in good shape. Bringing the ball forward for the playonPROS. Just over hitting the pass. Mikkel Silvestri doesn't often find himself up that end of the pitch. Very international team, the playonPROS. English, Welsh, Irish, Scottish, French, all represented. Reggie Blinker from the Netherlands as well. Shot from distance, not gonna bother David James there. Cortez. David James has been beaten a couple of times this weekend, so he's certainly not indestructible. Still in great shape. Silvestre. His career took him to Manchester United and to Arsenal. Heskey. Silvestre. Long ball forward for him. And a bouncing ball. Phil Babb couldn't get that under. Threw back to the goal kicker, Temperini. Cortez. Goes inside, Heskey. And gets a little shove. Fairly, says the referee, not interested in giving a free kick.
This final is 10 minutes each way.
Hendry. Gallen. Good movement from him. Closed down by the Discovery Bay defence. Prompton loses out to Hendry. Gallen trying to find some space. Babb. Flicked into the far post. Overhit. And finally goes out for a Discovery Bay throw. A lot of long balls from the playonPROS, not finding feet.
I thought without having the legs, they've still got the skill to pass the ball around and just keep the ball and look for the opening. To give the ball away now in this heat, it's going to be very, very difficult to get it back, especially against a fit team. Nice short passes and try and unlock that bit of space.
Cortez. A lot of their play goes through Cortez. Discovery Bay. The Romain couldn't get there. This final is 10 minutes each way, so it will be punishing for the players. Hendry. Silvestre. Hendry. Heskey. Goes to ground, but the referee waves play on. Two players on the floor, but the referee keeps play moving. There's an overlap. Discovery Bay with a shot on goal. Cortez, back off the post. Very unselfish from Crompton. The danger's not over. Cortez comes inside, trying to angle the shot. Babb knew exactly what he was doing. Great block from Phil Babb. Perfect positioning. Hendry muscled off the ball. Daniel Lai, very strong. Hendry could not get anywhere near that. The referee won't be interested in the moving ball. Moses Mensah will need to retake it.
Well, Cortez should have passed. He's a good player, but he was a little bit selfish there. That Romain was just standing waiting for almost a tap in. He dropped his shoulder, he tried to go past him. First chance off the post. You can see a little bit of frustration there. Hendry just kicked out at Lai.
Daniel Lai doing very well to win the free kick off Lee Hendry. Gallen. The ball back from Hendry. Kevin Gallen sitting deep. Former QPR striker. Fairly prolific in his day. Heskey. So loses out to Lai. Cortez. And he's got some support with La Romain. Cortez wanted to go himself though. Silvestre interceding. Will be a corner. David James doesn't think so. Silvestri doing the work of a defender. Something he's very used to. Spent his career in the middle of defence, sometimes at fullback.
Sometimes on the left side. Good hands.
Solid keeping from David James. Not his first visit to Hong Kong. Came here with Portsmouth. Came here just a few months ago with a England 11. Played here at the football club. Big hit with the fans, David James. Very affable fellow. Heskey. Bab. Poor decision making once again, perhaps. Giving the ball back to Discovery Bay. Ball is in the air. It's pretty much anybody's. Margetch. Wins the throw off Henry. Mensa. Lai. Cortez really dictating the play for Discovery Bay. Lai on the overlap. Got some space, but found the post. La Romaine on the snapshot. Ball coming back off the post, but eventually going for a corner.
Twice off the post. Oh, then James saved it.
Didn't know much about it. Managed to keep the ball out.
Quite sure Lai was intending to do that.
Ball not finding the corner. It's going out for a throw.
Once again.
Brave for David James. Hendry. He's got Heskey up in front of him. Hendry decides to go himself and now finds Heskey. He rolls out wide. He's got Gallen. Just gets enough on it, Kevin Gallen.
And that is a goal.
Now that is a goal of a striker who knows exactly which corner he wants to put the ball in. Not too much power on that, but the direction was perfect.
Just that bit of quality. Heskey threaded the ball through. Temperini got his hands to it, didn't he? Will he be disappointed? The shin roller, wasn't it? Well, as you say, mark of a goal scorer, and that's right on half-time, Peter.
The referee does want the kick-off to be taken before he calls time. So still a few seconds left. No, there we go. There is the half-time whistle. So Kevin Gallen's goal just before half-time is the difference between these two teams. playonPROS 1-0 up against Discovery Bay. Kevin Gallen finding the corner of the net past Gianluca Temperini for the one goal of the game so far. David James. Viv Anderson giving him some encouragement. James perhaps a bit fortunate not to have had his goal breach, the post and his right knee, keeping his sheet clean.
And Cortez hit the post, of course. You know, sometimes when you see a pro team play a local team and they go 1-up, you think, well, that'll be it. But I'm sitting here, there's 10 minutes. I think Discovery Bay have got a real chance here, Peter, to get back into this game, because Playon will be tired.
The bench for Playon: Reggie Blinker, Colin Hendry, Des Walker and Clayton Blackmore. Reggie Blinker, we've seen him come on and actually make a difference. He's still in good shape, he's still very mobile.
Well, he said his haircut, he used to have quite a lot of hair and dreadlocks, and that's probably helped. I don't think he would have fancied it in this heat.
That's very true. It has been extremely hot this weekend, and we are at the peak of the day in terms of the heat. That's Trevor Stephen. He's running the team. former England international and Everton player. Played, of course, in a World Cup semi-final in Italy 1990.
Peter Beardsley, Paul Gascoigne, and of course Des Walker, who's on the pitch at the moment. 3 minutes they get. They'll need all of it. They've got cold towels over there. I'm sure it's cold showers these boys would want now. Playon would take the 1-0, Peter. They really would.
Cold beers, I think you'll probably find would be.
Cold beers would also be nice as well, but maybe not at half-time.
So a 3-minute break. Discovery Bay coming back out. Well, we're disappointed to have hit the woodwork twice and not be on level terms with the playonPROS. But those are the margins.
I wonder if we'll see Discovery Bay start with a high tempo and really try and push this. We've got Zin Lama that's come on there. Zin Lama.
Number 12. Substitutions can be made at any point during these games. Some fresh legs for Discovery Bay wouldn't go amiss.
You've still got Dejan Antonic on the bench as well, of course, South China coach here. Very good player. Still not a bad player, but a very good player in his time.
Gallen. Heskey. Plenty of Leicester City fans here this weekend. And Emil Heskey is a fantastic ambassador for that club and also for the professional game. The time he spends with the fans, a real credit to him. Gallen. Fortunate to get that back. Hendry. There's Walker. He's come on at the back. Silvestre. Gallen holding off the defender. Got Silvestre if he wants him. 2-on-1 now. Wins the throw.
Silvestre's not wearing any socks. Surprised the referee's been lenient with that. Sometimes you see in the sevens, maybe not the shin pads, but normally the socks.
That is quite unusual. And with FIFA rules applying, he should be wearing shin pads. Unusual leniency from a Hong Kong referee. Walker's covering.
Very nice.
Difficult for David James. Hasn't dealt with it that well. Cortez. Des Walker.
You'll never beat Des Walker, Pete.
That was the chant that the Nottingham Forest fans used to ring out from the stadium. Cortez.
Discovery Bay have got to be more patient than that. They can't snatch. They're not going to get that many chances. They've just got to build it up. They've got better legs. Got to be patient.
They remain. Cortez. Trying to find space for the shot, and does. Beats David James down to his right-hand post. Cortez levels the game up. Quality finish from a quality player.
That's what I'm saying. You've got to just wait for the quality. He just makes the space there. Silvestre not really close enough. Player running across just probably took the sideline out from David James as well. Now we've got a game, haven't we? 7 minutes to go.
And that evens it up. Gallen found some space himself. Doesn't really test Temperini. Shearing Lama. Compton. Discovery Bay are knocking the ball around. Tez. Shearing Lama making a run. Will probably keep that in, but just can't. He's running away from him. Play on. We start the game. Silvestre, Bab. Gallen. Hendry. Heskey. Discovery Bay got numbers back. Gallen. Henry won't reach that. Gallen disappointed to overhit. Moving towards the halfway point. And there are the bare ankles of Mikel Silvestre. Gallen. Heskey. Hendry. Makes space for the shot. And finds the corner of the net. Temperini just couldn't get down quickly enough to his left-hand side. Hendry very happy with that. And Heskey
Temperini's furious. Thought he should have got it. That's two good strikes in this half that we've seen. Temperini just got his hand to it, didn't he? Same as the first one. Just wished he'd pushed it away. Left hand again. Not strong enough on it, unfortunately.
Lee Hendry restoring the lead for playonPROS. Game's not over yet. We've seen there's enough quality in the Discovery Bay side. And it is Antlers that has joined the last few minutes of the game. Comfortable for David James.
Dejan likes the ball on his left foot, as you've just seen there, Peter. He just had to change his shape a little bit, but he's a very, very good player, very good finisher.
Crompton. Cortez from distance finds the top left right-hand corner of David James's goal, and parity is once again restored. They do not lie down, Discovery Bay.
No, not at all. Well, they've got Antlers on now. He's got that little bit of a quarterback roll. It's good with either foot. Just seemed to change shape in the air, didn't it? James didn't really know where that was going. Almost had spin on it.
That's just good technique.
Very, very good.
That's just quality shooting.
Yes. We've seen some good goals in this game, haven't we?
Certainly have.
Where's your money, Peter?
Well, I think we could be seeing penalties. Certainly, we're not going to see a rollover from either of these sides. Referee brandishes the yellow card at Mensah. A little bit unnecessary there, and that's pretty well deserved.
3 minutes. Heskey might fancy this.
Heskey standing over it. The wall will need to go back 10 yards, although doesn't appear to be 10 yards. Yeah, the referee is dragging him back another couple. Plenty of players on the line, causing Temperini to not see that coming. I think that's the first one we've seen this weekend, the first proper dispatching of a free kick.
Well, that's just a bit of quality, isn't it? Wow. Hit with pace, precision. Oh, that's a super goal.
Straight down the middle. Temperini just wrong-footed. The players in front of him doing enough to put him off. Reacted too late. And Emil Heskey restores the lead for the playonPROS.
Playon have just got to keep the ball. We've just got to keep the ball. There's 2 minutes left. See the clock down.
Oh, Silvestre.
Oh, hello.
He's losing his temper. Doesn't appear to want to put the ball on, but he Finds Lee Hendry. Back to David James. No idea what was that supposed to be.
That's not really what they needed at that time, but they've still got it. The clock's running down, there's 1 minute left. Got to keep this ball now, keep this ball, and work the chance.
But given away, Hendry. He does help Silvestre. Doesn't appear to be in too much of a hurry. Happy to slow the game down. Clayton Blackmore's on. Lee Hendry drawing a save out of the goalkeeper. That would have made it safe. Clock is ticking down, just a few seconds left till 20 minutes. Temperini, his team in it at the very last minute. Hendry and Silvestre in the corner. Through the legs, Silvestre. Hendry. Temperini equal to that, but it's the last thing he does, and the referee blows the whistle. And the playonPROS run out 3-2 winners against Discovery Bay. Fantastic performance from Discovery Bay, keeping the game alive right to the very last second. And it was Daniel Cortez scoring twice for Discovery Bay that kept it interesting. But a quality finish from Emil Heskey. A free kick, coolly dispatched with power and pace past Gianluca Temperini. That was the goal that decided this Plate Cup final.
And what a way to finish it. Saw some fantastic goals in that second half. And Heskey, you know, he played for Liverpool, played for England. You remember a 5-1 against Germany, Michael Owen, where they destroyed them. We haven't really seen it from him this weekend. He's not had great service, but that was a fantastic free kick.
Emil Heskey had a long and distinguished career. Often came under some unfair criticism about his goal-scoring record.
He did, and sometimes people felt that his size didn't do him any good, but he was a great link-on player.
So coming up, we have the Red Dragons, the Hong Kong FA Red Dragons versus Wellington, then the Leverkusen versus Kashima, then the Hong Kong FA Under-23s versus West Ham, and then Cagliari versus the Captains Select. So they are the semi-finals of the Plate and the Shield.
The teams will go over to the far side. They will have the presentation over there for the Masters Plate.
So the players of the Plate Masters final make their way across the pitch to the presentation area for their trophy. So perhaps not as successful as they would have liked, but they do go home with some silverware to playonPROS, and certainly they'll go away with a lot of knowledge about this tournament.
Yes, and we always say we live and learn. We live, but we don't always learn. I think next time when they come back, they probably need to bring 1 or 2 younger sets of legs in the right places. Maybe at centre half, go alongside maybe Des Walker or Colin Hendry. Some supply to Heskey. Hendry looks fit.
So let's hear it please for the ladies and gentlemen, the winners, the runners-up.
Hendry got time on the ball, which is, with these conditions is gold dust, and you're able then to bring other players into it.
Yes.
And Hendry, I think, certainly made the difference between the two teams. I mean, Cortez was fantastic. That was such a great performance from him, but unfortunately a one-man show wasn't enough.
Well, I think Cortez possibly would have had a shout for Masters Player of the Tournament had they reached the cup or the finals. I don't think a team that gets to the plate final, a player's maybe going to win
So
that, but certainly in the mix. Very, very good quality team and player. This is great for DB. They've done well. They've been around for a few years, and a lot of local lads there, and they play in the Vets League here. Some great guys. Dirk Haddo, that organises it. Gary Rollinson in there, been around forever. Still got great hair at about 63. Looking good with his shades on. Really good performance, good weekend. There's Andy Archer at the back.
The first plate semi-final in the main tournament will take the pitch.
A well-deserved cheer from the Discovery Pay team. Mark Sutcliffe there on the right-hand side.
And Wellington Phoenix.
Kim Pang, the national team manager.
Representing the Hong Kong FA this weekend, who are the organisation, the FIFA organisation that endorses this tournament to make it an official tournament.
Great supporter of the club, Mark Sutcliffe. Lovely guy.
Let's welcome to
Been here
the
a few
stage
years now.
the playonPROS.
So the winners come to collect their medal and also their trophy. Kieran Flynn, who is the chairman of the soccer section of the Hong Kong Football Club. Sean Brown, just collecting his usual medal.
Yes.
And these events.
How many more Sean will manage to blag this afternoon?
Sean, one of the Crusaders, the special needs team that we have here at the football club, supporting the local community. Lee Hendry, possibly man of the match for the final. And Mikel Silvestre collects his medal.
And so let's hear it, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the playonPROS.
Congratulations to the playonPROS.
Winners of the Masters Plate.
Receiving the plate
The Hong Kong Football Club
from Kieran Flynn.
Citi Soccer Sevens 2017.
And there is their
meanwhile,
trophy.
back on the pitch, we move to our first plate semi.
Held by Colin Hendry. Didn't see him in the final. Lots of excitement.
Relief, I think, is the word.
That was a tough final for them. But now we move on to the main tournament. This is the first of the plate semi-finals. Wellington Phoenix versus the Hong Kong FA Red Dragons. Wellington Phoenix playing in yellow, and the red kit for the Hong Kong FA Dragons. Wellington Phoenix have reached the final, semi-final stage here twice. Never quite made it all the way. This year will be slightly disappointing for them. Sent a decent side and would have expected to have reached the cup competition now.
Yeah, I think they just lacked experience in certain parts of the pitch and at certain times. Calvin Harris has played, I think, just about every minute of every game, if I'm not mistaken. He came and he was a sort of bit part last year. He's a year older now. He's still a young lad, still only about 17. His dad was a great player, of course, Terry Harris. Still a member here, still playing. Similar styles as well.
Harris just getting muscled off the ball, but Wellington come away with it. Liam Wood. The case. Wood. Sale getting an early touch. Very tall goalkeeper, 6'5".
His distribution with his hands in the quarter-final was excellent. His distribution with his feet was not so good. I'm sure the coach will have had a word with him.
Fairly cagey start. Justin Gully. Gully on the overlap. It's the return from White. White. White once more. Good into play. Harris just allowing the defender to get a foot in. Wellington get the throw. Gully. To get that under control. He flicks the ball over. Case. Some decent skills from Wellington, but can't penetrate the Hong Kong FA Red Dragon defence. Ball comes away, but it is turned over. We have 3-on-3. The ball can be moved quickly. Case. Couldn't find a player in yellow. Chung Wai Kung scored yesterday. Yu Pui Hong. Xu back to Chung. Xu once more. Game slowing down a little bit. This is the semi-final of the plate, the main competition. This for a place in the final. Light. Having to come back out. Law. The shot flashed wide by Xu. Pegasus man provided a few players. These semi-finals just 7 minutes long. No extra time if it's all square at the end. Straight to sudden death penalties. Red Dragons with an opportunity to shoot. Law's radar off somewhat though. Sale gets us going again. Case. Given away cheaply. Yu. Getting muscled, but retaining possession. Law out wide to Chung. Shapes for the shot. Just can't get that to curl round. Fairly decent start from the Red Dragons. Certainly not been overawed. Harris has to run at the defender. Somebody gets a foot in. Lowry. Gully. Gully, one of the more senior players. Here for his third tournament. His experience undoubtedly being tapped into to bring a few of the more young players through. This is Gully. His ball is intercepted though. Xu. Choi Shu Wai. He has an overlap. It's Chung. To the byline. Has to come back though. As far as Law, good ball in for him for the captain. That was Yu in on the goalkeeper. Sale just did enough. And there is that distribution from the back, turning defence into attack. Gully needs some support. Ollie White out to Harris, but it is the last action of the first half. The referee calls an end to the first 7 minutes. Sale a little bit sore after that challenge, but he keeps his team in it. Red Dragons 0. So 0-0. Hong Kong Red Dragons against Wellington Phoenix. Something of a stalemate, but chances at either end.
Yeah, just he's in on the goal there, giving too much to do at the byline. And then that threaded pass right at the end, very brave from the goalkeeper. You see the towels there, Peter, just getting them out of the ice buckets. Very, very hot. I'm sure the towels are relief. I'm not sure it does your body that good to have it cooled so quickly in this heat.
The boys keeping cool. Beautiful day in Hong Kong. If you're out on the beach or out on a junk boat.
Oh, nice.
But here in the in the Hong Kong Football Club in Happy Valley, the action is football. And with the temperatures this high, fitness really tells. For Hui Chung, South China player, likes to play out wide, plenty of pace. And Wellington get us going again. Oliver White. Yu Hong. He's the captain. BC Glory Sky. Goalkeeper Wong Che Chung. Plays it Yun Long, but it hasn't been doing too much in this game so far. Long ball forward, somewhat wasted. Ryan Lowry deals with that easily. A long ball from him. Trying to find Ollie White, who wins the header. Harris can't beat Wong to the ball. Red Dragons are essentially an under-23 team. And developing young players with the idea of bringing them into the national team. Through both a club and national system. Wong's asking for some help. Getting too much of it. Law does make himself available. Gully was quick onto that. Harris. Gully once more. Harris, room to shoot. Straight down the throat of Wong in the Hong Kong Red Dragon goal. Very easy for him to deal with.
Very easy. Maroa nearly got in the keeper's sight line. I thought he was going to get a little touch, which would have diverted the ball into the net, certainly away from the goalkeeper. Harris didn't catch it as well as he might have liked to.
Headed away by Lowry. Free kick given away against Maroa, who's come on in the second half. Lowry. Wood. Maroa and Wood. Lowry once more. Luckily good away with that. Gully. Maroa. Previous games when you've seen him come on, certainly wants to have a lot of the ball. Busy player. Left-footed. Joel Stevens scored earlier today. Testing the goalkeeper, but needed to be finding one of the corners.
Well, shooting from outside the box. That's the second one. Calvin Harris just had one as well. But they just didn't really catch either of them. Goalkeeper not going to struggle at this level with those types of shots. But at least they're having a go. That's what we want. A bit of action. Again, could probably do with a goal.
Law. Dragons are trying to find a way through. Wong, who's come on in the second half. This has Chung. Fresh legs, fresh impetus. He's got two players inside. Gully finds the keeper's foot, but through his legs. Just squeaks it in. Keeper will be very disappointed, but Justin Gully very lucky to get away with that.
Finally, we saw some build-up quality. First of the game, but again, the quality of the shot wasn't great. I thought he'd blown it. Oh, keeper will be disappointed when he watches that again. Fairly close range, but getting a lot of power on it. But the game's got this goal. What can the under-23s do now?
Ball's given away. Here's the goal scorer, Gully, just over here. Joel Stevens has some space in front of him. Leusen, an opening. Stepping inside. However, defending. Law. Line. Yu goes to the return. Line. Straight into the welcoming arms of the goalkeeper. So comfortable with that. Case. Spreads the ball wide to Momoa. Momoa wants to take the defender on. Stevens. Lowry. Gully. Into the last minute. Where possession will be vital for both teams. The opportunity, to settle it, falls Joel Stevens. First of that ball, the most alert, bouncing ball, very difficult for the defence to deal with. With Joel Stevens, the most alert of anyone on the pitch, and he seals this semi-final in favour of Wellington.
Route 1, I was just thinking, wow, they've just given the ball away. Bit of a mix-up. I think the goalkeeper seemed to think the defender was going to come for it. Clear lack of communication, whatever. And that is it, game over.
So, a victory 2-0 for Wellington Phoenix. They will progress into the plate final. And Joel Stevens gratefully accepted the gift for the second goal, mix-up in the defence of the Red Dragons.
And the next plate semi-final is between Bayer Leverkusen
against Kashima Antlers. This is the second plate semi-final of the main tournament. Germany versus Japan.
3, Hagasala. 6, Bergenham. 7, Tim Handwerker. 8, Atakan Akanai.
And the Bayer Leverkusen lineup. Tim Handwerker, one to look out for. He's the playmaker.
2, Tomoya Nagagawa. 3, Hiroki Tokoyoda.
And for Kashima, Antlers. Hiroki Tokayoda and Toshiya Yagi, 2 players to look out for. Tokayoda, goal scorer in the last round. And the bench, Bayer Leverkusen, 1 player down. But Guven Yeltsin has been very influential in previous games. Unusual to see him on the bench. Yeltsin has been a starter up till now. And the referee gets us underway. And Kashima are playing in white. And Bayer Leverkusen in blue and green. Both teams in their change strip. Playing similar colours.
Yes.
Red and
very similar
blue.
red. Yeah, very similar red. Both have gone for their away kits, change kits.
Kashima building their first attack, and it is Tokayoda. It's the ball away. Shot from distance, a little bit hopeful. Akanakiak. I've seen quite a lot of him this weekend. Is liked by the club. Atakan Atanakiak. Penalty. Referee straight away sees an infringement.
Let's have a look again. Looked like he just lashed at it. We're not going to say it, maybe. Looks very disappointed, doesn't he?
Given away by Urihara.
Went down rather easily, but not a great place to put a foot in like that. Right, just inside the box, just a foot inside.
And it will be Akanyak.
German penalties, Peter, normally very efficient.
Don't normally miss them, do they? Long run up. And he didn't miss that one.
And a goal for Leverkusen.
No problems at all. Atakan Atanyak. Sending the goalkeeper Matsuzaki the wrong way.
I'm not sure what coaching manual that run-up's in, but it worked for him. Fortunately, the keeper went the other way.
Spin bowler.
Spin bowler, maybe even a conversion at Rugby Union.
But very effective. Putting Bayer Leverkusen 1-0 up against Kashima Antlers.
Goal out and nothing as well, wasn't it? Such a cheap penalty to give away.
Well, I can understand why the referee gave that. She had a very good view. Took a surprise on some of the Japanese players, but no arguing about it. Demonstration perhaps of the Japanese temperament. Matsuzaki. Tanaki. That was slack. And this is Shrek. Has he overrun that? He's got support. Nicely taken goal. And a second goal for Atanaka. And that was all down to perseverance from Sam Shrek.
Pinched it. Bad place to lose the ball. Oh dear. He's got good speed. He was very unselfish. You can see the man alongside him. Great support and a nice little tap in. Thank you very much.
Kashima making life very difficult for themselves. Penalty and an error, resulting in them going 2-0 down. Struggled all weekend to be frank about it, but it is a young team. Nobody over the age of 17. The deliberate choice by the Japanese team to bring youngsters to this tournament, get the experience of playing against older boys. It's a good one too. Not cleanly taken. And Verker didn't really get this kind of strike on it he was looking for. Ball goes harmlessly away for a goal kick. Kashima could do with a goal before half-time. Yagi. 2 defenders in front of him. Nagagawa. Takahashi. Tamaki. Plenty of players forward. Unfortunately, no one on the end of that. Doesn't seem to be a structure or a plan to the way Kashima are playing.
No, it's taking the wind out of their sails, no doubt about it. They're caught in the headlights at the moment, really know what to do. Leverkusen really see them perform this well yesterday. Much more positive.
There is a case of the opposition allow you to play as well or as badly as
very true
as they want you to play. The strength of the opposition will often dictate to how successful you are. Shrek. Great ball. Could this be the hat-trick? Akanyak. Very unselfishly lays it off. Popovic. The defender comes up. Scores the 3rd for Leverkusen. So unselfish.
Very unselfish. But they're getting caught at the back, Kashima. Ball through again. And there's always an extra man in support. That's what I like about this team in this half. There's always a man supporting. They're not just letting him run on his own. Very positive indeed.
3-0 Bayer Leverkusen. In this first half, as we draw towards the end of it, very difficult to see a way back for Kashima. And once more they've given the ball away. Keeper just does enough. Birken, Arik, he was clean through. That should have been 4. He knows it, looks at the sky. Very comfortable first half for Bayer Leverkusen. 3-0 up. Atakan Akanyak has been the difference between the two teams. His 2 goals. Half-time then. Very happy German camp. Akanyak with 2 goals. Popovic with 1. Akanyak could have had his hat-trick. Don't see too many of those in 7 football, but
no, you don't, and he was very unselfish. 2-0 up. Don't think anybody would have blamed him for having a go, but we've still got another 7 minutes, and the way Kashima are playing at the moment, you would suspect he may well still get that hat-trick, Peter. We'll see.
Kashima retake the field, as do Leverkusen. One of the more storied teams in the German league, never having managed to win the Bundesliga though. Runner-up 6 times, I think. 5 or 6 times, very close to winning a lot. Cup final defeats. Been a difficult time being a Leverkusen fan over the last couple of decades.
You're talking to a Newcastle United fan, you know.
What do the Germans know about that?
Welcome to my life.
And Leverkusen once more into the attack. Matsuzaki comfortable with that. The Germans are certainly not taking their foot off the gas. Takahashi. Kagawa. Tamaki. Fuji. Haven't seen too much of Fuji. Most of the play has been in the wrong half of the field. From a Kashima Antlers perspective. Four on one. Certainly players in numbers coming through. Opportunity to make up for that earlier miss. Well, it wasn't going to be the day for Eric. He still can't seem to find the net, with a follow-up from Tim Handwerker. Makes it 4-0 to Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, I was expecting him to lay the ball off. Went for glory, but he went for the far post, which meant that there was always the chance for the rebound. And that's what they got.
Just ricocheting back off there. Handwerker.
Almost tackled him, didn't he? Almost got it. Not quite.
Pretty clear where this semi-final is heading. Leverkusen with a 4-0 lead. And we're only a couple of minutes into the second half. Fuji. Fuji again. Forced to go backwards. Villagravic has come on for Leverkusen. This has Leusen. So Leverkusen used both of their substitutes. And Akanyak has been rested. His work has been done, saving him for the final. And just kept in. Popovic, score of the third goal. Leverkusen comfortable in possession. Handwerker, past his defender. Managed to get the ball across, but it is intercepted. Still, the corner is given away. Even Leusen is the intended recipient. He'll take the corner. Handwerker. Arik manages to get the ball back. Villagravic couldn't do anything with it. Takahashi. Some space to run into in front of him. Support on the left-hand side, but he goes for goal. Koi have something to do at last. Not difficult for the goalkeeper. Leusen. Arik. No need for Leverkusen to hurry. Happy to find feet. Popovic. Leusen shooting from distance. Well held by the goalkeeper. Plenty on that did Guven Leusen. Takahashi. Kashima not giving up. Not too much longer in the second half left. Free kicks as a referee.
Time for a consolation goal, do you think? Maybe, just a bit of skill there, just a bit of a dribble. Haven't seen it much during the game. Well, he got the ball. But the free kick's been given. Got about a minute and a half to go. They're not the tallest of teams, so they've maybe got to build this one up and keep it on the ground. Oh, this is an interesting. What, are they taking a photo? Do you think?
I've not seen that before.
That is very strange. Wow. Maybe a pyramid formation.
A very unusual tactic. I mean, they're not exactly tall to start with, are they?
That's just bizarre. Maybe one's going to stand on the other one's shoulders.
I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to work out. Must be something worked on the training ground. And it's not in a great position to go direct for goal. Well, they packed that up. Decided it wasn't working.
This is by now taking about a minute.
You see something new in every game, don't you? And there is a break on. And it's a foot race, and it's won by Kashima. The substitutes come on. There is always a risk of a breakaway.
And ironically, the Kashima players are back on their knees for all different reasons.
The goalkeeper.
How bizarre.
Goalkeeper couldn't get back in time. Charlotte, fresh legs. Makes it 5-0.
Leverkusen 5, Kashima Antlers 0. So we say goodbye to Kashima Antlers.
I think the less said about that from the Kashima point of view, the better.
Semi-final against Wellington.
Very disappointing from their perspective, but Bayer Leverkusen march on to the final of the plate competition.
And the next game is the first of our main
So the main Shield knockout competition, the Hong Kong FA under-23s will take on West Ham United in the next game, and that will be followed by Cagliari from Italy taking on the Hong Kong Chairman's team from the Hong Kong Football Club.
In 1, Samuel Cowler, 2, Corey Henry, 3, Ben Wells, 7, Yanai Gordon, 8, Sam Ford, 9, Cari Leusen.
So this first semi-final of the Shield, Hong Kong under-23s versus West Ham United. And the teams are ready to go. West Ham in claret and blue. And the under-23s in their all-white kit. Now, under-23s have acquitted themselves well this weekend, reaching the Shield semi-final. It's a pretty good return from them, an opportunity to reach a final. West Ham United didn't send the strongest team that they've had here compared to those they've had in the past. There's still some quality players. In goal. Well, Jordan Lamb starting this game has been a substitute, a very effective substitute up till now over the weekend. So Kenneth Kwok deciding that he needed a start.
So he deserved it. He's done very well when he's come on. Very positive. So I'd like to see both of these teams really have a go now. It's the semi-final, it's the Shield, they're out the cup. Still want to go home with something.
Shot from distance, but easy for Sam Cowler. Up to Gordon. The ball nipped off his foot. Wilson takes it quickly. Wells. And Chasso, not seen too much of him this weekend. He gets a start. Wells has also previously been used more in a substitute role. Gordon trying to find the space for a shot, but crowded out. Gordon once more. Shot from distance. Well saved by Ewan. Down to his right-hand side. Strong hands.
Quality shot and a quality save.
goes West Ham's way. Sam Ford. Chasso. West Ham manager Mark Phillips starting the players that usually have been his substitutes. Shot from the halfway line by Lai. Really not doing too many favours for his team. Ford. Gordon. Ford losing out. Recovers his own mistake. Chasso. Wells does well to keep that in. Ford cheaply gives the ball away. Choi gets a shove in the back. Referee quite rightly gives a free kick to the under-23s. Wu. Chun Ming. Saw him in goal earlier today.
The most bizarre 4 against 4 you'll ever see.
Got the penalties and Rangers coming away with the win. And there is Jordan Law. Jordan Lamb. He has a directness about him that really can change a game.
Yes. Maybe they just saw that they needed that extra little bit of spark with it being a Premier League team, English Premier League. Just wonder why they didn't start him earlier.
Well, he certainly has grown in importance to the cause of the under-23s. Was also on the pitch for that 4v4 earlier in the day. Only 18 years of age. Chasso deals with that. Clears the ball out to Lamb. No chances taken by Jordan Lamb. Doing some defending now. Carrying all over the pitch. Like Gordon. Sam Ford getting rather mixed up. The referee's assistant said that went out. Too much in the way of attacking play right now from either West Ham or the under-23s, with Jordan Lamb playing a little bit deeper than he has done. But it's stolen. John Gordon, he's on his own, got 2 players after him. Easy for the keeper. Well defended by the under-23s. Right. Close attention from Ben Wells. Comes away with the ball. Worth the effort. Solid from Lai. Gives away. Throw in. Ford. Chasso. West Ham to be testing the goalkeeper a bit more than they are. One chance earlier in the day, got to the byline. Gordon pulled it back, but no one following in. Light. It's got men over. Corey Henry wasn't taking any chances with that. The 23s have a corner coming up, but seems to be a lack of urgency. Probably the conditions taking their toll.
Both teams are playing safety football. You have a look at them, they're keeping 2 at the back. And then, you know, in other games, we saw Leverkusen recently, they had a man going forward, there was another guy committed, and he made the running support. Here, you've seen the West Ham guy, he's running, and they're just letting him go. There's nobody up with him. They need to do more. Both teams need it.
West Ham come away with the ball. Good turn from Janai Gordon. Illegally stopped, says the referee. No complaints from the under-23s. A tug on the shirt. Forward takes it quickly. Gets it back from Chasso. Wells. Sam Ford. Chasso. Centre half. In the 11-a-side game. Ford. Gordon. Henry in space. Gets it back. Gordon's come short for it. Wells. Looking for the opening. Being given to them, and the ball is stolen. Lung's coming away with it, shooting from his own half. Cowler was off his line, but it would have had to have been absolute pinpoint to beat him. Second time the under-23s have tried that.
Neither have been particularly good.
Same result either time. Twisting and turning. Janai Gordon, space for the shot. Just beats the post.
Janai Gordon looks like the one that could make the difference. He's very direct, a lot of power in the shot. Nice turn, he made the space for himself. So, but he just came in at the death there. Did it come off the goalkeeper? Maybe. It's the last action of the half.
That takes us to half-time, where it remains goalless. Hong Kong FA under-23s against West Ham United in the Shield semi-final. 0-0. That's the Hong Kong FA coaching team. Handing out the drinks. Plenty of isotonic. And the baseball cap there, Mark Phillips. Will be asking for a little bit more directness, I would think, from his team.
More directness, more support, more commitment. They need to get more men forward at the right time. You can't just have one man do it on his own because he doesn't have the option. Makes it easy for the goalkeeper. So, needs to. They both need to. Teams need to step this one up. So 2 minutes of half time that we'll have. Still level at the end. We'll have 4 against 4. We've already seen Hong Kong under-23s in an interesting 4v4 against Rangers that ended in stalemate. And then we would have 5 penalties if the extra time is still level. So there's possibly plenty more still in this game, Peter.
West Ham have a decent bench. Belangelo scored in the previous round. Makassi and Joe Powell, both roving players that like to see a lot of the ball. I'm sure we'll see West Ham use their substitutes. Tan Chun Lok for the HKFA under-23s. He was the captain that dragged his team back into it against Rangers.
See what the second half brings.
And the referee gets us underway for the second 10 minutes. Corey Henry forward. Wells. West Ham keeping possession. Haven't made any changes yet, West Ham. Jordan Law tidies up nicely. Lai. Playing fairly deep. Lung. Scored from distance earlier today. Well struck shot. Bounced in front of the Rangers goalkeeper. That's given away. Lai went for the return. Lung couldn't get the ball back across. He was closed down too quickly. Solid defending from West Ham. Difficult to see where the goal's going to come from, Neil, other than perhaps a mistake.
You wouldn't want it that way, but I tend to agree with you. Just, I mean, that sums it up, really. That just lacks quality completely. Need a breakthrough.
Choi had made the run, and he was untracked, but the delivery was difficult, to say the least.
It was arrowed, and it's very, very hard for somebody to make contact on that, unless they're already static and waiting for the ball.
Cowler getting away with a miscued clearance straight to one of his own players. Ball will go dead for a goal kick. Yun Ho Chun will get us started again. Wai Hao Hei. The 23s going long ball. Easy for the defender to deal with. Wells came across. Too much penetration from either side. Referee could have really given that either way. Carl Leusen getting the decision going his way. Henry. He's wearing a cast on his wrist earlier in the day. Corey Henry. Remarkable recovery.
Done him good. Seen with the card of his surgeon.
And there is a mistake. Janai Gordon picking up the loose ball. Trying to shape for the shot. Gets a deflection. We'll go for a corner. Jordan does have an eye for goal. 3 players in front of him made sure that he couldn't hit the target. West Ham put the ball back across. Referee unhappy with the contact in the area. Lawson penalised. Lung. West Ham making sure through Sam Ford. Under 23s don't have time to set on the ball. Now it's easy for Ford. Cowler.
Take a risk, somebody. Take a risk.
The goalkeepers are not seeing too much action, but a shot from distance. Longello, who's just come on as a replacement. Just showing what an injection of fresh legs can do.
That's more like it. somebody having a run and a shot. Okay, it was off target. But just a bit of positive play. That's what we need. None of this safety-first football. More penetrating. It's 5 minutes to go.
Halfway through the second half. Lylock Yin. Seen too much of him. Right, goes all the way back to his fullback. The 23s are indeed not taking any chances, but it's not really doing anything for their ability to win this game. Ball's kept in. Plays it forward. Easy for Henry. Uses his goalkeeper. Leusen. Forward. Leusen looking for a turn. Great turn. Should be the goal. Somehow it's bundled in. All made by that turn from Janai Gordon, sending two defenders the wrong way. Sam Ford has bundled it in, but that puts West Ham 1-0 up.
Well, West Ham have been slightly better in the last few minutes. There's a great turn, by the way. And then the follow-up, oh, he did his best to miss it, didn't he? How many times did that bounce before it went in? And it almost went over the bar. Oh, in off the crossbar.
The textbook says head it down.
He would have got some stick off his teammates if that would have gone over the bar, Peter.
He certainly would. But Sam Ford gets his name on the score sheet, puts West Ham United 1-0 up against the under-23s. And with 17 minutes gone, it is the goal that gives West Ham the breakthrough they have been looking for. They've somewhat lacked directness, somewhat lacked penetration, but it did take a moment of brilliance from Janai Gordon. The turn and shot, goalkeeper could only parry. That gives West Ham the lead. And it's Gordon on the ball now. Leusen. Short sleeves rolled up. Henry. Leusen. West Ham playing keep ball. Gordon. Ford. Goal does seem to have had a big impact, but that was sloppy from Henry. Under 23s, just standing on the ball, Choi. Lam. If he gets a sight on goal, he'll shoot. Stand defensive here, aware of that. Choi Wan-kit. Going backwards as we go into the last 2 minutes. Law. A man over. Need to do something quite quickly here, the under-23s. Good turn, great shot. And do something quite quickly they do. Law Chun Ting is left alone in the box by the West Ham defence.
Finally, positive play from the under-23s. Look at this from the corner flag. Great turn. For the pass. Oh, goalkeeper doesn't like to get beaten at the near post, but it was hit with a lot of power. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. Guess what we've got coming up now?
Two very contrasting goals. West Ham somehow bundling it in. But Law Chun Ting with a goal of great quality. And the under-23s in the ascendancy. All of a sudden it's West Ham that are a bit concerned about the way this game is going. Number 7, Lai Yok Yin. Some great skills on the touchline. And that's brought this game to a close, even at 1-1 between West Ham and the Hong Kong FA under-23s.
Quick turnaround, please.
So there will now be 4 versus 4 extra time. The under-23s have a bit of previous on this. It's highly likely that the goalkeeper will change. Certainly that's what the under-23s did previously, put in Wu Chun-min in goal. West Ham will need to make their decision. West Ham had 2 players in Moses Makassi and Joe Powell who didn't come on. Who will be fresh. Tactically, it's not unusual to see the goalkeepers being replaced for outfield players. But this is a physically draining 4 minutes of 4-on-4. Possession is absolutely everything. Winning the ball from the bounce off. You don't get a kick off, the ball is bounced, drop ball by the referee. But winning possession there is vital. That's the goal scorer. Leusen Ting got his team back into it with 1 minute to go. Excellent turn and shot, rifled in at the near post. Sam Cowler just leaving enough space.
Popular goal, wasn't it, Peter? Big roar in the stadium when it went in. West Ham have kept the keeper same. Not changed him.
The under-23s have indeed changed their goalkeeper. See whether Jordan Lamb and Tan Chun look. Previous part of the 4. Keep their positions. Lai Yok Yin is coming on, and so is the goal scorer, Leusen Ting. He's being rewarded with lots more running around.
As you say, when the ball bounce, you would hope that the team would just see it off at that point. West Ham have got it. Now is the goalkeeper going to advance? He needs to come out of that goal. Oh, a long ball, really? Wow.
Well, that shows a lot of the experience. That was Joe Powell.
I think anybody read him the script, Peter?
I don't think they did. Having 1 possession from the drop ball, West Ham gifting it straight back to the under-23s. That is Lai Pao Pei. The ball at his feet in the green jersey. Poorly executed. Saw a sight of goal. West Ham now do have possession. Once more there is the shot from way out. Is that good enough? No, it's not.
The crowd enjoyed it. I'm not sure Mark Phillips is too happy.
He's a long way in his own half.
That would have brought the biggest roar of the day. Oh,
well,
wow.
He had the distance.
Oh.
He definitely had the distance. Janelle Gordon really does like the sight of goal. Joe Powell.
They need to slow it down.
Gordon.
Peter. They just need to build it up.
Gordon goes for goal. Keeper makes the save. But possession will remain with West Ham. He just got his positioning right. Managed to get a foot in. Powell. Cari is up.
That's better. Goalkeeper at the base of the spine.
You know what's at the base of the spine, don't you?
That shot is at the base of the spine.
Quick, 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 and play back in.
Cari is retreating.
And now we play.
The under 21s as we move into the 3rd minute. Right, fakes to shoot. Brings the ball up into West Ham territory. Cari going all the way back. There's an overlap. Law. So that was solid. Referee waves play on. So close at the back post. Jordan Lamb. Going to have to be on his bike now. Sam Powell. Joe Powell can't get the ball out from under his feet. Longjello. Into the last minute. Should neither team find the net in this next minute. Oh, Gordon recovers. Lost his footing. Managed to retain possession. Neither team manages to score. There will be sudden death penalties.
Goalkeeper's the most advanced man at the moment.
Cari's calling for the ball in the middle. This is nicely played. Still can't find the net.
10 seconds left.
Longjello
Maybe
with the shots. Cowley needs to hurry up. So does Powell. Probably don't know how long they've got. Longjello. Powell finds the net. Referee allows that to go. Had just gone over the 4 minutes. But it's Joe Powell that breaks the deadlock and breaks the heart of the Hong Kong FA under 23. So it is Joe Powell that puts West Ham United through.
Yes. Lovely little layoff. The deflection just took it in. Not sure the keeper would have got it anyway. But the referee just let that one go. 4 or 5 seconds, it was long enough. We would have had penalties, but now we move on to the next game.
And now we move to the
West Ham going to the Shield semi-final.
And this is between
the Shield final, I beg your pardon.
Between Cagliari and Hong Kong Football Club Captain Select. And your teams from Cagliari in 1, Leverkusen, 3, Andre Calini, 4, Vasco
So
Rivera,
the next game is Cagliari versus the Hong Kong Football Club Captain Select, and this is the 2nd Shield semi-final.
And for Hong Kong Football Club Captain Select is 1, Dan Healy, 5, Brendan Benny,
So Cagliari
Liam Herbert, 7, Alvin Brion,
have the
10, Antoine Zahedi,
services of Senesi starting in this semi-final. And the Football Club Captain Select remain with the starting 7 that got them through to this semi-final. Hong Kong Football Club Captain Select will be playing in the white kit. Cagliari in lime green. So this is the 2nd semi-final of the Shield. Both of these teams making the main cup competition, but falling at the first time of asking in the quarter-finals. Shield competition keeps them interested for the rest of the day. West Ham United, having just succeeded in reaching the final, will be the opposition for one of these two teams. Cagliari have made their first visit to Hong Kong for this tournament. Taken a little while to settle. They've had some great games, and certainly they are playing with intensity, there's no doubt about that. That was a fortunate foot in. Big strike from Senesi. It's been used as a substitute in previous games. But he has been effective when he's come on. He's captain for this game. Briand gets the return. Shot came in from Benny and easily dealt with. Herbert backtracking on Senesi. Arras. Plenty of power in that. Shooting from there is unconventional. Dealt with by Healy. Antoine Sahagian. Thanks for Football Club Albion. Oh, there's a bit of a clip there. Referee not interested.
Good shout.
Briand went to ground. Cagliari able to bring the ball down the other end. Maroni. Support. Briand just does enough to delay things. Excellent work from Albin Briand. One of two Frenchmen in this football club team. Tidied up at the back by Zoltan. Campion. Benny. Zoltan. Shahagian. The man outside him. Tries to go himself. Rather overplays it. And possession goes to Cagliari. Cagliano. Tries to go himself. Benny defended that well. Brendan Benny, Australian. Former first-team player of the football club. Now with Football Club Wanderers. Campion. Gary Zoltan. Needs some movement. Herbert. Zoltan. Benny. Side of goal. Oh, they got under that.
Just got under it.
Benny again. Beyond deceived by the bounce. Says sorry to his teammate. Alan Fraser and Tony Hamilton, management team for the football club. There's a shot there. Arras found just an extra yard of space, let the ball come across his body, and the shot on the turn beaten away by Healy. Zoltan brings the ball out. Michael Campion. Zoltan scuffs that. Benny gets him out of jail. Benny. Trying to play through the middle. Sahagian. Briand. Two defenders on him. Still with the white shirts. Benny plays it across. Never got hold of that, Gary Zoltan. Positive from the football club. Senisi. Scored 3 goals in the tournament so far. Some fast feet. And beaten away by Healy. Plenty of power behind the shot. Luca Gagliano.
And a couple of good saves in this first half, Healy. A lot of power in this shot. I mean, it was savable, but still got to deal with him.
Seen those slip through goalkeeper's gloves today. So Healy does exactly what is expected of him. Near post corner, headed away. Herbert. Illegally. Breaking up the play. Moroni. Beats the first defender, but not the second. Zoltan. Sahagian. That's well defended by Kadili. The danger is gone. Arras. Just to check inside. Liam Herbert, solid in defence, comes away with the ball. Got Benny in support, just overlapping on the left-hand side. Shahagan to Benny. Goes down under the challenge.
Says he's dived. Oh, wow.
Referee straight for his pocket and the yellow card for Benny. A lot of complaining from the football club player. And the referee didn't think too hard about that.
No. Grave decision.
Moroni. Harris on the overlap. Can't keep the cross down. Clears everybody. Shakes his head in disappointment. Knows he should have done better.
Yes. Here's the chance. Oh, here's the penalty. Or not penalty. What a great decision that was. I don't think he dived.
I don't think he dived either, but...
I don't think it was a penalty either.
Yeah, I think
he went down in the anticipation of the challenge. Trying to get out of the way more than anything. I don't think he claimed the penalty either, did he?
No. The referee was certainly decisive in what he wanted to do. The yellow card has been given.
Good decision not to give the penalty.
Benny. Zoltan. Benny. Brion. Campion. Shot from distance is really ineffective from Campion. As we come up to half-time, perhaps he knew that the clock was counting down and thought he'd try his luck. Referee blows for half-time. 0-0 the score between Cagliari and the Hong Kong Football Club Captain Select.
Too many goal-scoring chances, was there?
No, neither side has really created too many opportunities. Possible penalty decision, but yellow card given for a dive instead, and the team goes in even. Cagliari, if nothing else, commit to these games. There is a certain passion and pace that they play the game at. Difficult in these kind of decisions, these conditions, to maintain that intensity.
It is. It's interesting that they're looking they're looking to try and leave one guy high up the pitch, even when they're defending. A lot of teams get all the players behind the ball, and they're looking at that long arrow pass on the break. So let's see what the next 10 minutes bring, see who can break the deadlock.
Management team setting things up for the second half. Crowd enjoying themselves. Waiting for the action to start again. Cagliari bringing some Italian flavour, Italian flair. For the first time in the 18 years of history here at the football club of this tournament that an Italian team has attended. First two travelling teams from the professional leagues were Blackburn Rovers from England and Glasgow Celtic from Scotland back in 1999.
It was 20 years ago. Where's the time gone?
And we restart. Scores level at 0-0. Cagliari attacking the goal to the right in front of the training triangle. Senensi tries to go around Herbert. Herbert gets the toe in, but Oliveira from distance. Didn't see much of him at all in the first half. Vasco Oliveira. Portuguese. Healy. Zoltan once more. Brion was just too slow off the blocks. All cleared all the way back to the Hong Kong captain select defence. Brion. Shahagan tries to find Herbert. Comes back off the post. Herbert had ghosted in behind the defence. Antoine Shahagan
turned up from nowhere. It was a great ball down the side. Oh, a great little toe. And he just couldn't get his footing back. Really good attempt to get the ball back. Very unlucky. That's more like it.
Width of approach separating the two teams. Senisi. Arras. Cagliari. Shaping to shoot. Moroni has captained the team in previous rounds. Only behind that, but easy for the goalkeeper. A bit of a misunderstanding there with substitutions happening. Shahagan knocking the ball out, thinking Brion was going to be there. Referee gives the final warning to Gary Zoltan. Very physical. Lucky to get away without a yellow card. David Arras on the receiving end of that. Gary Zoltan, Hungarian. Played at the highest level in the football club, first team.
Professional in Singapore as well. Home United.
Free kick, Cagliari. Hit in low. Gagliano comes away with it. Maintaining possession. Cagliari can't maintain possession long enough though to prevent the ball going out for a goal kick. Nearly restarts. Campion. Still nothing between these two teams. Benny. Campion brings in Healy. Daniel Healy plays for the Hong Kong Football Club Colts team. Development side, bringing youth through to the senior squads, bridging that gap. Rather scuffed, but David Arras kicks the ball at his feet, goes past Campion. Forced out wide. Took 3 defenders to do it, but just being forced out that one step further. Stretched the angle, and Arras unable to put a shot on target. Campion. Herbert. Shahagan goes for the return. Says he was impeded. Referee agrees. Kadili and Shahagan have been tangling all afternoon in this game.
Through the half now. It's the time for the breakthrough. Campion very good at set pieces. Don't have a huge amount of height.
3 in the box. Oh, that was Zoltan. Going for the flick to the corner. Just got a little bit too much on it. Couldn't find the corner of the net. The keeper was certainly beaten had that been on target.
Wouldn't look like it had been worked on in training. Quite nice.
Seen the last 2 free kicks struck in low rather than going for the high ball in. And gets a little bit more physical. William Herbert.
Then he wants to get himself out of there. He's already on a yellow. It wasn't him. He's very decisive. He'll change his mind now.
Lorenzo Camber has come on. Wins the free kick. Liam Herbert. Liam Herbert getting involved in the goal mouth. Referee has a card in his hand. It's yellow. Gives one to both players. Cut it out, you two, says the referee. Three names in his book now. And it will be Oliveira. Struck well, struck hard. Referee says no. And the foot race is on.
Fantastic tackle.
Kadili just beating Shahagan to the ball. Nice skills, great footwork from the Frenchman, shooting from distance. Well, that turn deserved better in terms of the finish, just wide of the post. But the last few minutes have seen an uptick in the action.
Well, interesting that the referee chose to give Brendan Benny a yellow card in the first half, and there looked like a similar incident with a penalty shout there. Waved away, but no card shown.
Still keeps the game level. Out for a goal kick.
Finally starting to see some activity. We've got an interesting last couple of minutes. Who wants it more?
That was Brendan Benny. He will see a red card. That's a second yellow. And Brendan Benny is sent off with less than 2 minutes to go for a second yellow.
It was cynical.
Now,
He knew what he was doing. He took one for the team. Needs to see if he can they can get over the line last couple of minutes. But yeah.
So red card for Benny. Oliveira.
Now, why would you do that? You've got an extra man You've got a minute and a half left to play. Why wouldn't you build it up? He's blazed it.
Chance goes big in. So if this goes to extra time, I believe it means an additional man for the team that hasn't lost a player to a red card. It would be 5 against 4. Another yellow card. This time for Andrea Cadili. He's not particularly happy with that. There was a little trick there.
I think it's been the same on both sides.
Game's got niggly. No doubt about that. Goes to show what an early yellow card can do. Campion from distance. Solid defending from Cagliari. Campion got hold of that. The Cagliari defenders equal to it. And if we do reach the 4v4 stage, it will in fact be 4v5. So the team that hasn't lost a player to a red card will have an additional player. As 20 minutes passes, there will be a little bit of extra time to play. So Richard Maton, Richard Maton, couldn't get anything on that in the last chance, so that was the final whistle. So it is a 0-0 scoreline at the end of full time. Cagliari and the Hong Kong Football Club captains select all square. And we will now see the sudden death extra time. So Cagliari can play the extra man, 4v5. Hard enough on this pitch when it's 4v4, but when you're a man down, Neil, on a pitch of this size, that's tough.
It's tough, but we've just seen a minute and a half with Cagliari, and you would not know that they had an extra man the way that they played that. I will be very interested to see how this sets up. The football club have played this many times before. Cagliari have been wayward with some of their shots. It's obviously going to be tough for the football club, but let's see. Let's see. I think building up a 4 against 5 is going to be hard. I think they might have to catch them with the break. Interested to see. I would imagine Campion's going to be in there. I think it looks like they're putting Liam Herbert as the goalkeeper. It's probably a good shout because he's got legs. I would imagine Antoine is in there. Shenigan. They're going to need legs. You need to have a good touch, but if you weren't good enough, you wouldn't be playing in this anyway. I would say it's 4 against 5, Peter. It's got to be legs. If I was the Cagliari coach, I'd probably keep my goalkeeper in.
With the extra man, they will certainly have an advantage. Mirko Gazzini didn't really have an awful lot to do. Richard Maton had a chance at the death. He'd just come on with a few minutes to go. Didn't get his shot away quickly enough and smothered by the goalkeeper
So now we go into
Cagliari.
golden goal.
So there will be 4 minutes of extra time. Sudden death, golden goal. First team to score. Seen 2 of these today. Both have gone the distance. One ended up in penalties and one ended up with the last kick of the 4 minutes, deciding for West Ham their place in the plate final, Shield final.
Yes.
So there will be a drop ball. And it is Antoine Shahagan and David Arras to contest it.
And 1 sent off. Therefore, Cagliari have the advantage, 5 to 4.
What are the substitutes on for football club, Peter? All of you.
Cagliari come away with the ball. Moroni. There's a man over on the left-hand side. Moroni once more. Shapes to shoot. Just couldn't get the touch. Gagliano. There's a goal kick.
It's got to go short. This has got to go short.
Oliver Mule comes short for it. Goes long, but just returns the ball. Great pressing by Cagliari. Extra man making all the difference. Moroni. Back to Moroni. Arras. Next to go inside, Moroni. Shoots. Antoine Schenegen is on the line. Does enough to keep it out, gives away a corner. Quickly taken. Moroni. Callini. Callini, Moroni. Arras. I think he really meant to do that, Campion, but effective. Arras gets it under. Moroni. Every effort from Herbert to keep that ball out, but he just cannot do enough. Just can't do enough. So Lorenzo Camba scores the winning goal that takes Cagliari through to the final of the Shield competition, where they will face West Ham. So Cagliari defeat the Hong Kong Football Club Captain Select 1-0 in sudden death extra time.
Well, they made hard work of it with the extra man, but they came good in the end. Liam Herbert almost got his body in the way there, but it was high into the top of the net. Valiant effort from Hong Kong Football Club, Captain Select. Very good tournament for them. Management team should be very proud of them. I'm sure we'll see them again next year. Cagliari in the final.
And your teams for Glasgow Rangers in 1, Kieran Wright. 2, Jordan Gibson. 3, Jack Blackford.
So the main cup knockout competition, we move to the semi-final stages, where Rangers will face Leicester City and Aston Villa, possibly the favourites, will take on Olympique Marseille. And the first of those games will be Rangers against Leicester City.
5, Josh Knight. 6, Alexandru Mascanu. 9, Joshua Gordon. 10.
The main tournament, cup semi-final, Rangers versus Leicester City. So the starting team for Rangers, Max Ashmore is their captain, but a lot of their play comes through Christopher Da Gracia. Leicester City, Josh Apara is the man to HKFA number 10. He is a goal machine, scored twice in the last round. Leicester City wearing all blue against Glasgow Rangers wearing their white kit, white shirts with the burgundy shorts. Leicester City do have some pedigree in this tournament, always send a strong side, previous winners. Rangers have gone close, beaten finalists in the past, but never won this competition.
Squeezed through on a penalty shootout this morning. Some good penalties. It's the under-23s.
Johnson tidies up. Back to Iverson. Goes long. Dealt with. Good ball. Chowdhury. Playmaker. Spreads the play wide. Wasn't easy for Josh Gordon. Straight at his chest. Rangers have played a bit of extra time with the 4v4 and then the extra pressure of a penalty shootout. All of their players being successful, sending them through. Kieran Wright is taking a bit of a chance. Leicester City have committed 3 players forward. Gibson, twisting and turning. Can't get the shot away. Is that a penalty? I think it is.
It is a penalty. And it was a great advantage played by the referee. Just to see how that turned out.
Roger East, English Premiership referee, Premier League referee. There's the dive in. Player goes down. Josh Knight. And it will be Max Ashmore to take the penalty. No bother.
Glasgow Rangers.
Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Scored by the captain, number 4, Max Ashmore.
Hit with power, precision. Keeper had no chance. And that's going to make the game very interesting, Peter. The Leicester City team have started positively. They're pressing on Rangers, but that backfired there. Rangers 1 up. We're going to see some action now.
Johnson on the chase, but he won't reach that. Kieran Wright slowing things down. Still plenty of time for Leicester City. Conceded early, but Max Ashmore making absolutely no mistake with the penalty, giving Iverson no chance at all. Prowse was intercepted then. The Rangers maintain possession. Ashmore flicks it forward. Leicester in a little bit of a hurry. Josh Knight gets it under at the second attempt. Knight can't have too many complaints about that penalty decision. Certainly didn't get any of the ball. Chowdhury. Some space in front of him. Johnson. There's a man out on the left-hand side. Pascanu. Deflected off him. Kieran Wright. Goalkeeper for Rangers. Part of their youth system. Rather scuffs the goal kick. Leicester City not allowing a short one to be taken. Certainly wise to that. Epaya. There's 2 players in front of him. But crowded out.
It's been solid at the back so far, Peter. But look, Leicester still pressing, not giving them any time at all.
Blackford. He's allowed to run into the middle of the park. Rangers seeing plenty of the ball. Blackford will take the throw in. Leicester City not able to get control of possession. Darnell Johnson does just enough to get that ball back. Looked like he'd been mugged, but certainly the upper body strength prevailing there. Chowdhury wants the ball back. Leicester City are taking this seriously.
Very seriously. And this is not going according to plan.
Referee Roger East calms it down.
Oh, it's not always a doubler, isn't it? Caught him in the back, and then he got a block.
See why Chowdhury wasn't very happy with that. Flick on should be dealt with, and it is. They just clear their lines. Johnson under pressure from Jordan Gibson. Leicester City throw. Johnson. Chowdhury. Nicely done. Difficult for Pascanu. Let the ball run across him, but the defender positioned very well for the block. Pascanu, midfielder. Low corner. Gordon. Knight. The ball away too cheaply, Leicester City. No end product. Kieran Wright, no hurry at all to take this. Rangers leading 1-0.
Could be worthy of their lead, Peter. Leicester have hopped and puffed. They're trying their best, but Rangers have just snuffed it out so far. No nonsense football, really.
Apaya beaten to the ball by Ashmore. Pascanu looking for Gordon, falls over. No hint of a penalty. Apaya is tangling with De Grace. Good body strength from Chowdhury. Panascu. Goalkeeper makes a great save. Alessandro Pascanu. And a good chance, but snuffed out. Oh, and at the back post, all the way through to Josh Knight. You usually find him in a defensive position, but stayed up for the corner.
Kieran Wright's not happy with his defence here. He's unmarked. It's a great save. 2 great saves in about 30 seconds. Maintain the lead.
Chowdhury powers that in. Apaya couldn't direct the header on target.
Favouring the long corners, aren't they?
That one driven in. Apaya couldn't find the goal. Plenty of pressure for the last couple of minutes by Leicester City. Certainly don't want Rangers to have the opportunity to settle on the ball and take the pace out of the game. Apaya, he does have support. Carl Bradley makes sure that the ball doesn't reach Josh Gordon. Take a throw in. Gordon tries to turn. Josh Knight falls. Josh Knight losing his cool a little bit. Not so Roger East.
Rogers had 3 opinions there. All of them disagreed with his decision. Sure, he's more than happy to stand firm. Looked like a foul. It's interesting, Peter, that Leicester are rotating their shapes. Sometimes they're at a 2 at the back, sometimes they're at a 1. Chowdhury sometimes sits right in the middle of the park, sometimes he's the last man. It's very difficult for a team to mark when your man that you would allocate keeps moving around like that. Which just adds to how well Rangers have done in containing Leicester in the first half. As we move towards the half-time whistle, can't be much time left now.
A little bit of time added on by Roger East for the penalty. Leicester living a little bit dangerously, but there is the half-time whistle.
Glasgow Rangers 1, Leicester City 0.
Roger East calls time on the first 10 minutes. So just the penalty by Max Ashmore. Scored in the 3rd minute, separating Rangers and Leicester City. Rangers 1, Leicester City 0 in the first semi-final of the main cup competition. Stands are now packed. Full house for the afternoon. Sunday afternoon always has the biggest crowds at the Hong Kong Football Club City Soccer Sevens. especially when the weather is as glorious as this for watching. Not quite so for playing in. But the teams are in great shape, well prepared. Rangers leading 1-0. Will take that lead into the second half, courtesy of a Max Ashmore goal. Crowd getting into the music. A few Arsenal shirts there. Most fans will be pleased after the FA Cup win last night against Chelsea. Somewhat against the predictions. A very positive Rangers team against a more pensive Leicester City side. Leicester are well supported here.
The Leicester City story is an amazing one, Peter, isn't it? Over the last few years, they were a yo-yo team between the Premier League and the Championship. And they won the Premier League out of nothing, having almost been relegated the year before. Suddenly brings a new set of fans. I was down in Thailand recently. Obviously the sponsor King Power, you go to the airports, it's Leicester City everywhere. People have really bought into it. It's captured people's imagination.
And even this year, the decision to get rid of Claudio Ranieri proved to be absolutely the right thing to do.
Albeit very emotional for a lot of people, but football's a ruthless business these days.
And I don't think there'll be a Leicester City fan complaining about that now.
Nope.
Finishing in the top half of the Premier League after looking in danger of going out.
Oh, very much in danger.
Josh Knight, long ball up.
Leicester have gone very direct very quickly, haven't they?
That won't bother Glasgow Rangers. They've got big men at the back. We haven't seen an awful lot of Chris de Grasse, but earlier in this tournament, he has been extremely comfortable at the back, but given away. Oh, the referee saying that hadn't come out of the box. That must have been time. Kieran Wright will get a second chance at this. That must have been close. Heart in the mouth for the Rangers team. Long ball out. Finds Gibson. Good turn from him. Chowdhury makes the block. The spin of the ball nearly goes out for a corner, but it will be a throw-in. Gibson got plenty on that. Great first touch to bring the long ball down from the goalkeeper.
Good to see the Rangers are playing positively. It's a big ask to sit on a 1-0 lead, especially against a team like Leicester. I think you've still got to go forward, albeit cautiously.
Gibson causing plenty of trouble. Gets past Josh Knight. The ball gets back into the safe hands of Iverson. Early throw from him. There is a 2-on-1 if Leicester can execute it. Joshua Gordon was in acres of space, but Apaya didn't find him. Josh Apaya looks to be struggling a little bit. It all came from a very quick throw from the goalkeeper, Daniel Iverson. It's Danish. And a goal kick deflecting off Chowdhury. He's in a hurry to get the game going. Tidies up the ball himself. That's not good news for Leicester City. You see Josh Apaya hobbling. Missed almost an entire season last year.
Why didn't he square the ball, as his teammate was asking him as well? It was just a roll into an empty net. Went for glory. There'll be questions asked after the game if that's costly to Leicester. Great distribution from Iverson, though.
The player has been prolific so far this tournament. So on that occasion,
Oh, hello.
Iverson not happy with the attentions of Gibson. Martis goes round the defender. He's got players inside. That was Josh Gordon with his back heel. Kieran Wright not happy with that, but a lot of credit must go to Leandro Martis.
And Josh Gordon still fired up from that chance that he wasn't given before. Hard to see on the replay. He'll get a better angle here at home. Stuck his leg in, threw himself at it. Very brave, and it came off for him. I think he hurt his back more from the goal celebration than the goal itself.
So, back level, Leicester City. Through Josh Gordon. 1-1 against Rangers. Iverson, long ball out, straight to his Rangers counterpart. Rangers now not able to sit on the lead. Both teams resorting to long ball. Often a symptom of fatigue. Well, Chowdhury didn't even look then. He just put his head down and put his foot through it.
Yeah, poofed it, some would say.
Oh, that's a great flick. Referee calling for the foul just outside. Sharif has come on. Caused some problems.
Dangerous. Just pulled away there. He could see he was running towards the box. Oh, nearly got an injury there. That's very, very difficult when your foot lands on the ball like that. Now, can we see some quality here? Only 2 men in the wall because of the numbers. He's got an option to square it to the right, but I think he's going to go direct.
Josh Wright hits it hard, straight in the wall. Wall's effective. Flick back in. Nicely dealt with by De Grasse. Lyon. Back comes Knight. They're involved in both ends. Josh Knight. Ryan flicks the ball across. Chowdhury missed it, but no power on the header. Sharif. Tapaya. Gordon. Can't get past De Grasse, but wins. Corner for Leicester City. Into the last 4 minutes of a fascinating game between Rangers and Leicester City. Ball ricocheting around. That's Martis. Another ball at the feet of that man, Josh Apaya. Does the cartwheel. And it is Josh Apaya who has an unerring eye for goal this weekend.
Yeah, just dragged it with his left foot. See it again. Oh, clear it, clear it. Oh. It's set up by a Rangers player. It was hard to see initially. Two attempts to clear the ball, and then it just broke out. Took it well. Long way back now for Rangers.
Kyle Bradley, unfortunate for him, couldn't get the ball clear, and it fell to the feet of the most dangerous man on the pitch, Josh Apaya, and 2-1 to Leicester City it is. But Leicester applying the pressure in the opposition's 18-yard box, causing the mistake.
Yes, they've pressed right from the first whistle in this game. Just giving away the penalty, which Rangers converted. Made it very, very difficult for them. Very powerful team, aren't they?
Leicester City sending a strong side. Leicester against Aston Villa, if that is the cup competition final. I don't think there will be too many complaints about the two strongest sides in the team reaching that stage.
Couldn't agree more.
Still plenty of football to go. Rangers are not out of it yet. Gibson. He's direct. He has caused problems, Jordan Gibson. But Iverson very comfortable collecting that. De Grasse. Sharif pops it back up again. Lyon. Fire. Rangers ball. Ashmore taking a little bit too long. Lyon. Out to Leicester City players with that flick through. Ashmore. More urgency now about Rangers. Ball from Lyon, but miscontrol gives possession back to Leicester City. Knight. Goes round a player, Josh Knight. Can he go all the way? Can he go round the goalkeeper? 3 times he's turned. And he's found the corner of the net. Josh Knight, what a game he's had from giving away a penalty early in the first half. Runs 3/4 of the length of the pitch and scores in the corner.
One of the goals of the day, just sheer power, wasn't it? And then a bit of skill at the end, put his foot on the ball. Not easy after you've made a run that length. That's a fantastic goal. Pulled it the other way, and that's Leicester in the final.
Excellent goal from Josh Knight. The villain at the beginning of the game, but definitely the hero at the end. He's been involved in everything that Leicester City have done this semi-final. And the 20 minutes is up. Just now for Mr. East to decide how much extra time, and very little. He blows his final whistle. Rangers could not hold on to their lead. Leicester City running out 3-1 winners, and they will go through to the final of the cup competition. Leicester City 3, Rangers 1 is the final score of this first semi-final. And the next semi-final between Aston Villa and Olympique Marseille will decide who they will face.
And the teams are now entering the pitch for the second cup semi-final between Aston Villa and Olympique Marseille.
Next matchup, cup semi-final, Aston Villa versus Olympique Marseille, England versus France.
And for Aston Villa in 1, Victor Hansen, 2, Mitch Clark, 5.
So Aston Villa, the key players, Callum O'Hare and Harry McCurdy, they are the 2 to watch out for.
10, Harry McCurdy. And for Marseille in 1, Christian Medede, 5.
Olympique Marseille, Ducansi, their playmaker, and Garassi, their goal scorer. They are the 2 most dangerous players for Olympique Marseille.
8, Ilan Yapo, 9, Leo Libra, and 11, Mohamed Benfred.
So no time to waste. Aston Villa, claret and blue, Olympique Marseille, wearing all white. Both teams in their preferred colours. Olympique Marseille, first visit to this tournament. Took a little while to settle, but have put in some strong performances certainly today. Reached the semi-final. Leusen for Aston Villa. Yapo gives the ball away. Leusen for McCurdy. His first sight on goal. First goal Aston Villa. Harry McCurdy. You cannot give him that kind of space.
No, one of the fastest goals of the day. It was about 35 seconds. Slid it under the goalkeeper. Here we are with the build-up. Very fast, very positive. He's made a good run. Just pulled it back onto his right foot, under the goalkeeper. Very positive start from Aston Villa. Lovely little turn, wasn't it, on the foot?
A perfect start for Aston Villa in the defence of their title as the current cup holders. Beating West Ham last year. That's Yapo shooting from distance. Guilty of giving the ball away. Square ball across his own half. Somewhat unforgivable.
Absolutely. You were taught at school never to do that. Ball across the face of your goal.
Oh,
very dangerous.
Taylor to McCurdy. Villa comfortable at the back. Go Hayes. O'Hare. Go Hayes. Taylor. As his heels clipped. But O'Hare has made himself available in the corner. Taylor. Scored in the semi-final and the quarter-final. Taylor across the front of the goal. Safe to shoot. Uses that man McCurdy once more. Corey Taylor does all the hard work. And then Harry McCurdy applies the finish. 2-0 Aston Villa.
It's his 6th goal of the tournament. Just makes it look easy, doesn't he? Very unselfish. Still a little bit to do on that favoured right foot of his. He's sort of slight, got that Grealish look-alike, hasn't he? Socks halfway down or up, whichever way you want to look at it.
Different attitude though.
Let's hope so.
Yes, I hope so. If he wants to be all he can be. So that's 2-0 Aston Villa. Just over 3 minutes gone. Looking good so far. So let's not discount the French team. They've certainly got goals in them. Oh, the ball evades the defender. It's McCurdy once more. It's McCurdy hat-trick. This has all gone wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. Ducancy completely lost sight of the ball. And McCurdy one-on-one with the goalkeeper gave Madadi absolutely no chance.
It must be one of the fastest hat-tricks in tournament history. Maybe somebody will confirm that later. It just came out of nothing. Defender lost the ball. He's in again. Well, there's no cover for the defender whatsoever. You can see the goalkeeper just shrugging. What's going on?
Well, McCurdy is lethal today, and that is 7 goals for Harry McCurdy in the tournament. Olympique Marseille giving themselves so much to do. Ducancy, who's been Mr. Reliable so far this tournament, just completely lost sight of the ball, ricocheted off his back.
He almost stooped over. I mean, McCurdy's not the tallest of guys. It just seemed an easy header to win. A very strange technique.
Marseille as a club do have a real pedigree. Only French club ever to have won the Champions League in 1993. Strong finish in La Ligue. Ligue 1, I should say. La Liga to Spanish. Strong finish this year for them. Top 5. Taylor. O'Hare. McCurdy. Looking to the referee to see if there was a possible penalty in that. No, says the referee.
I don't think we'll see the replay again, but as the ball got threaded through, I'm sure Ducancy raised his arm for offside. I think it was obviously instinctive.
No offsides in this game.
No.
Oh, that was solid to say the least. Leo Libra in on. Oh, that looks painful. Callum O'Hare. I think the family jewels put at risk there.
Maybe talking a little bit higher pitch for a few minutes. Marseille captain telling him to get up.
Well, there was certainly some solid contact from Leo Libra. He got a yellow for his trouble.
Look, see, just raised his right arm.
The goalkeeper perhaps quite fortunate to get away with that. Certainly the outstretched leg wasn't to get the ball. Didn't make any contact with it. Score remains 3-0. Callum O'Hare, plenty of movement. Back to full speed, Corey Taylor. Saw the 4th goal before he'd scored it. Day. Finally, some possession for OM. Garassi. Nice to get round. Ball over. And this is Garassi. Slow, patient build-up. Can't find a way through the Aston Villa defence. 11-a-side football being played. Hopeful balls into the box. It's McCurdy. Ducansi doing much better that time. McCurdy still a little bit upset about the penalty decision going against him, asking the referee's assistant for his thoughts on it. Day. Had a tough first half for him. Garassi gives away the throw. Aston Villa will get the ball back. Know how to take the throw in. Ball goes long. Curdy under some pressure. Aston Villa coming away with the ball. Taylor got some space to run into. He's being tracked. Libra. It's between ball and goal. But Taylor's gone past him. Libra was lucky to get away with that. Had Taylor stopped, I think the referee would have had a decision to make. Libra already on a yellow. Yeah. Some frustration from the French captain. Dorhouse goes long. McCurdy, ball at his feet. Against Ducansi. Well defended. Those two players, both leaders in their team. McCurdy scoring goals and Ducansi trying to stop them. Only one winner in that so far. As the referee blows for half-time. Well, a dominant first half for Aston Villa. 3 Harry McCurdy goals, a hat-trick. No more than 3 minutes. Puts them ahead against Olympique Marseille. So 3-0 at the half. Aston Villa lead OM in the semi-final of the cup competition. There'll be some happy Aston Villa fans. A round of applause from them. They'll be delighted with their team. But to be frank, this is business as usual for Aston Villa at this tournament.
It is business as usual. They've had the odd blip, but in general, they've been very, very strong. Just sitting here, Peter, you know, looking at the last 2 or 3 minutes of that half, there was some 1 or 2 crunching tackles going in with Marseille, and I just wonder whether the manager might just protect 1 or 2 of his players for the final now and make some changes.
A couple of minutes break for the players to put on some fluids. Some tactical direction from the management team. So Leicester City already booked their place in the final. Aston Villa 3-0 up at half-time. Aston Villa currently not a Premier League side. Not the best of campaigns in the Championship this year. Their first one for many, many years. Aston Villa have been a fixture in the Premier League. But certainly, as we see here every year, their youth system is a well-oiled machine.
We've spent a lot of money, Peter, and that hasn't worked. See the quality of some of these youngsters. I'm sure they've left other ones at home as well. Maybe they'll give them a chance.
Gassi. Yoko. Ben Freddy, saw very little of him in the first half. With so little attacking play, but Ben Freddy tests the goalkeeper. Bit of a fumble from Johansson. Cari against Ducansi. Ducansi gets the return. Cari not leaving his side. Genti. Day. To Gurassi. And Freddie being muscled out of it. Long ball up the pitch, not finding McCurdy. Lucas Genti. Space in front of him. Unavailable. Aston Villa set themselves up. Everybody behind the ball. Mitch Clark is the deepest. Shepherd's Libra out to the wide left-hand side. Libra wins the throw-in. Quickly taken. Callum O'Hare. Draws the foul. Just another opportunity to take time off the clock. Cross up. Will Hayes. Into OM territory. Callum O'Hare. Being tracked, but turns and shoots. Callum O'Hare adds a bit of icing onto the Harry McCurdy cake. What a finish.
It's one of the goals of the day. Caught it so sweet on the turn. Right in the top corner on the volley. Just bounced up. I've seen people lash at that. Took it so well. What a beautiful goal. Did it all himself. A little bit of a bobble, didn't it? Didn't make any difference to him.
Between them, Callum O'Hare and Harry McCurdy, I would suggest, are battling for player of this tournament.
Yeah, McCurdy's gone off. Enough's enough. They'll keep him for the final. No silly injuries needed. See, it's just getting niggly, Peter, and I think that's what the Villa management are worried about. You don't want to get a silly red card and a suspension or a bad foul and an injury. Enough's enough. It's game over. Just see the time down now.
Referee making sure they all know. Johansson, long ball up. Taken down. Taylor. Taylor comes inside. Doesn't really shape to shoot. Knows he's got plenty of time and a 4-goal cushion. Doyle Hayes. Doyle Hayes rolls the ball out. Olympique Marseille brought on Tony Vives. Doyle Hayes finds Taylor. O'Hare, casual as you like. Taylor into the corner. Should be easy for the goalkeeper, and it is. Gurassi. Vives. A wasteful ball from him, goes into touch. Keenan Davis. He's replaced Harry McCurdy. Happy just to leave the ball for Mitch Clark. Game restarted. Genti covers. Takes no chances. And Mitch Clark takes all the time he likes. Gentle job to pick up the ball. Jenny put the ball out, but just allowed Aston Villa to take just a little bit more time off the clock. And that's been well worked. Will the ball come across? Corey Taylor was waiting at the far post. Mitch Clark couldn't find him. Ball flashed across. Taylor does know where the net is. He's scored before this weekend. Vives. It's closed down. Gordon Cox, one of the second half substitutes. Gurassi. Genti. Ball in from him. Bit of ricocheting around. But Johansson gratefully drops on the ball. From Sweden, Victor Johansson. Ian Davis is possessed. Villa win the ball back. Taylor, good body strength, one-on-one. Modede smothers. Excellent work by the goalkeeper. Quickly off his line. Taylor perhaps just overran it, but Modede got everything right. Vives. Given away, too easy. Clark to intercept that. He's overrun it. Vives on an overlap, if he can be found, he is. First touch lets him down, flick to the back post. Libra couldn't keep it down.
It's almost their first chance of the game, isn't it? It was a free header, just a little bit too high for him, I think. It wasn't an easy one. He's disappointed with himself, but I think he's been slightly harsh.
Daryl Hayes. Cox. Bedu. Makes cross out. Mitch Clark happy just to play a little keep ball with himself. We're into the last 2 minutes. 4-goal cushion. Davis collects. Skips past the challenger one. Held up by the second. Can't beat two. Cancy, but he's lost the ball. Cancy once more. Genti. Marseille not giving up. Bedu putting the ball into touch. Referee's blown his whistle. It's called a halt to the game. Calls for the restart. Vives. Pushed down to the left-hand side. Dragged down by Doyle Hayes, who does get a yellow card. Somewhat unnecessary with only a minute left to go.
And there's no need. You know, this is what I talked about earlier. Just grabbed him as he's gone down. There's no need to do it. They're in the final, 4-0. You don't want to pick up a silly red and miss the game.
Ball thumped in. There is a break on. Cox the ball under control. First touch from Keenan Davis takes him away from the defender. Got two in the middle if he can find some space. Pushed out wide. And that is the end of the game. Aston Villa thumping Olympique Marseille, it has to be said. 4-0, 3 goals for Harry McCurdy and 1 from Callum O'Hare. So the plate final later on this afternoon will be Wellington Phoenix against Bayer Leverkusen. The Shield final will be West Ham versus Cagliari, and the Masters final will be Wallsend Boys Club against the City All-Stars. The cup final of the main competition will be between Aston Villa and Leicester City. So Aston Villa against Leicester City will be the final, the one that everybody's looking forward to. We say goodbye to our friends at Fox Sports, and we'll continue on with coverage.
A reminder that the main junior soccer sevens tournaments took place on this pitch last weekend, involving 960 players from 20 different clubs across Hong Kong and southern China. These two cup finals now feature the winners of the quarter-final and the semis, and they represent the top 2 teams in the under-11 and under-12 stages. On the yellow front pitch, the under-11 cup final sees Hong Kong Football Club in the white and blue, taking on the youth team from our local club Sun International in yellow and black. And the big cup final is the oldest of the junior 7 age groups, the under 12, and this sees Asia Pacific Soccer Schools in yellow, facing off against Sun International, who this time will wear purple. We'll be sure to be just very good football on today. Please give these boys your appreciation.